Do you usually sell parcels outright or do you usually finance them? Like, how do you know which way it's going to go? Or do you offer both?
Yeah, so I want cash flow. I don't want cash. And the reason being is cash is great, but then I've got to do it again. I got to pay taxes. It's a hustle. Where cash flow literally solves my money problems. And I think it's the antidote to financial insecurity. So that's the game I like to play. Now, there are times when I might need cash. So I could sell my note to another land investor and get that cash if I needed to get cash.
Yeah, I'm sure your criteria has changed over time, but how do you know what to finance, what to sell, what to keep, what to buy, how has that changed over time with you?
Well, it really hasn't changed. It's the fundamental asset is really interesting because here's this asset that lasts forever. There's nothing to maintain, nothing to protect, can't be destroyed. And because I'm paying cash, interest rates can do whatever they want. I don't care. And if there's a recession, great, the world's on sale. And then we go into equilibrium where it's easy to buy, it's easy to sell. And then the market heats up where it's harder to buy and, everything's flying off the shelf. So from my perspective, for doing this the last 25 years, the market really fundamentally is getting better in the sense that the technology is getting better. And I'm able to use mapping software where when I first started, I couldn't use mapping software. 90% of this business now is automated with inexpensive virtual assistants and software. So from my perspective, as long as I'm buying this asset right, then I'm always going to be able to make money. And so I like to ask myself that Jeff Bezos question where if everything's going to change, which it is, what's not going to change? And I think what's not going to change is people will always want a real asset and they'll always want a good deal. And as long as those two things remain fundamentally true, I think I'm in a good niche.